It's the How's This Good for Anybody podcast. Starring Rich DiPalentino, Steve Yardumian, and Tommy Leahy.
It's just the way that you are, and you're a good, talker. You know what I mean?
You know, Rich, your nose is very big.
Wow, you're
great
starting
start.
out like that?
Yeah, I was
Way to suck up to the host.
Yep.
Man.
I mean,
yeah, sure.
I like a girl with a good nose.
Okay, what
A
does
big
that have
nose.
to do with my nose? Are you trying to say that you like that you find me attractive as a woman? Is that what you're saying?
As a woman, yeah.
As a woman, I find you as a woman, as a man-woman, to be attractive to me.
The stats,
I don't-
the stats that you
appreciate
have
this.
as
Like, if we put a wig
a
on
man,
you might be attractive.
I actually don't
I think
disagree
you
with that.
would be attractive. Actually,
I would have to pay the shave
I would
first.
be.
But clean shaven, put a wig on me.
I'm so confused.
You got the eyes.
Are you saying that you, as a woman, find him attractive,
No,
or
if-
him as a woman you
him-
find attractive?
If he was a woman,
It's all about how you
his
say it.
nose would be very attractive.
As a woman, comma, I find him attractive.
Punctuation
yes.
is all about.
It's true.
So,
Oh gosh.
okay. So you like, let me get something clear here. You like women with big noses.
Attractive noses.
But you're saying my nose is attractive. No, it is big.
It is
but
attractive.
attractive.
It is. Yeah, exactly.
Women
yeah.
can have cute noses.
Is that something
Yeah.
that you might put in a Craigslist ad?
What
I like that one.
way.
What? Wow, you transitioning is on point.
That was really good.
I like
yeah.
that. That's a good. You're like made for a podcast.
He's reached final form.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Well, I guess we could segue into that if you want. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Craigslist. So
Yeah.
I'm really curious about this.
Oh, man.
Craigslist dating
Yes. So I
Okay.
was turned on to this
as opposed to
not literally.
eHarmony.
You were turned on.
As opposed to eHarmony, guys. If you're gonna date, you want to search for Craigslist dating, but not any kind of dating. Philadelphia activity partners in Craigslist. Okay. Oh yeah.
Activity partners.
Let me read off some of the things that people are looking for on Craigslist. Okay. First
Please
one,
do.
looking for female companionship. Okay.
That's pretty
I
normal.
mean, that's
Cool.
Totally
that's
fine,
pretty
right?
chill.
Heard of
Absolutely.
that before.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Now we're gonna start moving
I know
smoothly.
a guy
That's a
who-
Steve.
Now we're gonna move into
Sounds like my ad, actually.
Now we're going to move into full figure woman activity. Now, what might that entail?
Woman activity.
Let's click on it. I'm interested.
on
Seeking
the
a big girl for wrestling activities. I'm a big guy looking for a challenger. Great opportunity. Email your stats. Okay?
What?
Is this UFC? Is this like I need somebody to wrestle and it needs to be of the opposite sex?
Yeah.
please.
Uh-huh. So there's that. Okay, now we're going to move into something else.
Okay.
This guy said Disney Plus and chill. That's kind of funny because it's a play on Netflix.
Kind of like because it's funny because it's like Netflix and show.
Yeah, it's 2021 now. So
we need
like,
to
it's
talk
the new version of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, here we go. All right. So let's move into something a little more intense, right? So we got Lansdale lovely ladies. All right. Mid-40s male
Doesn't
here
sound
hanging
good.
out. Any female want to relax and chill, maybe even laugh. Does this stuff work?
I think
what
that's
wanna
our
know.
ad for this podcast.
Oh, shoot, you're right. Dang it. I mean, forget about that one.
Yeah.
He wants to. What does he want?
He wants...
mid-40s.
It's multiple women
this
is
is
what it
confusing.
said, right?
Oh, yeah, so Lansdale lovely ladies. I
Ladies.
suppose.
And Lansdale.
Yeah.
Yes. So I suppose that this
Okay.
means that he's a mid-40s male here hanging out. That's what he says. Mid-40s male here hanging out. Period.
I mean,
Mom's house.
in the basement.
Yeah. Any female want to relax and chill? Question mark. Maybe even laugh.
Wow.
I mean, that just sounds too good to be true, right?
But
That's like
it's like
He
if you
can't be
don't-
serious.
that's like Shrek, like Princess in the Tower, dragon
Yeah.
defending.
Yeah.
It just feels like this
Yeah.
guy is gung ho about having women come hang out with him,
yeah.
Yeah.
and him just
And
chilling
maybe laugh.
and maybe laugh.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
You know?
and maybe if you don't want to laugh, that's okay.
I mean, do you guys
But
think
it's
that
an
that's,
option.
is that really necessary to laugh? I mean, can you just,
They
together.
You just look at each other
And just like
stare
Yeah.
skip past the
into each
middleman.
other's souls. Oh, which by the way, like, so okay, I don't know. This is we're gonna take a left turn here. Have you guys heard this? If you like stare at someone in the eyes for like 3 or 4 minutes,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's like falling in love with them.
Nope.
Yeah,
I have heard that there's something about. I even heard like a scientific discussion on this before, where like they talk about like you're like peering into their soul or something
yeah.
with that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This is really deep.
Rich, you want to try it?
4 minutes of silence on a podcast. The audio medium would be great for that.
Yeah.
Just dead air. We're staring at his
How
eyes.
do you measure that though? Like what? How do you? Yeah.
By the foot.
What do you mean?
Awesome. It's like a fruit roll up, but I'm staring at my dad.
Subway
What?
foot long.
Yeah.
We finally
You-
understand.
like
each
I
other.
would like a before and after, like staring into someone's eyes for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
You know?
what's the
Yeah.
measurement for that? Like I'm picturing them having like a
Yeah.
like graphs and stuff, and like measuring all like like an EKG type.
You're
thing.
right.
Like, oh
Stuff
shoot,
in
here
your
goes the
brain, like-
activity. Like
Is
yeah,
it like empathy? Is it like attractive? Is it what?
So what? You hook each other up to a lie detector test? Is that the idea?
maybe more intense.
No,
than
it's
that.
That's how
It's-
most
it's like-
marriages
it's-
stay together.
It's more of understanding.
Oh, that's right.
No, it's more of understanding that person
Oh,
that you're
no.
looking in the eyes. Steve, I'm
What?
talking.
Sorry. I
It's
was
more
directing
when you're
Tommy.
staring at someone for those 3 minutes. You're really
Hey Tommy, how you
understanding.
doing, man?
I love Janet. Hey, Rich,
I'm out.
how
I'm
you
out.
doing?
All right, I'm out. I'm out here,
fantastic,
guys.
dude.
Yeah,
All right.
Really
Stop
good.
Thanks for having
interrupting
a
Alex.
podcast next
This
week.
happened last 2 weeks ago, and I'm
It's funny. Alex
I'm
wasn't
gonna-
here to interrupt them.
I'm gonna lose it. Alex was
Sorry.
talking.
I'm sure
Oh,
Steve's
sorry.
going to.
We got to take better care of our
We do.
own.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because we want people to actually be on this podcast in the future too. You know,
Yeah.
Not that we have like 5.
If
more
you or
guests
your
lined up.
mom, or maybe your neighbor, or your cousin
Wait.
Kenny,
Your,
Alex-
your dog.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait, what were
yeah.
you saying about after 3 minutes?
Oh yeah, what were you talking
What?
about?
What's your name? Sorry.
Oh my god.
Can we go around and say names? I got really
I was
lost.
say, how long did we?
And your
How long
occupation,
did we
pal, right?
record here for?
Occupation, your gender, your age,
How tall are you?
your name.
Now, what were you saying?
What were you
Yeah.
saying
So
before you were rudely interrupted?
yeah.
I know.
This is a good
Well,
podcast.
The thing is, though, is I get interrupted all the time, so I strive in getting interrupted. So it's totally fine. So I was talking about how you look into someone's eyes for 3 minutes and really realize their intuition.
Was it you that brought this up? Because I really feel like it was Steve that brought this up
Intuition. What do you mean?
about the staring in the eyes thing.
I did bring it
Yeah,
up.
but he
Yeah.
just tried to make it seem like he brought it up.
Yeah.
No,
You noticed
I'm,
that, right?
I'm just like, I'm just like
wasn't
really.
really
No,
sure.
I'm just a really good guest, and I'm able to strive off of your topics that you guys have. So I'm going for the MVP guest.
What's
I'm
your
gonna,
name again?
And
No, we should probably introduce ourselves.
Well, that's what the beginning of the
Okay.
podcast is for.
Yeah,
Where we have
that's
that really great announcer that does it.
Yeah.
You know. But I guess we could introduce our guest.
I would introduce
Wanna
our
do that?
guest, please.
Yeah.
introduce.
Say some things about him too.
I'll say some things. About
Yeah, let's
him.
all go around and we'll say one thing about Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, say one nice thing. You know,
Yeah, we'll say one nice thing. Okay.
Okay.
Tommy, you
maybe
start.
one mean thing, maybe one medium thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll be really nice.
It's like a Goldilocks, you know,
yeah.
Sure.
We'll be really
Yeah.
nice. to him.
Goldilocks situation.
We'll go clockwise.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need your name real quick.
What is your name? That's a very good question.
All right.
Okay, Phil. All right.
All right. So Alex is our guest today.
Alex Gideon.
I know Alex. We do some volunteering with the youths, different age ranges, of course. But I mean, I don't know you super well. I do know that you honor your bladder as it were one of your own children. I mean, you really protect your bladder from being too full, and I appreciate that
I
about
respect
you.
it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one of the most coddled things in all of humanity
Is
is the human bladder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
that and the human anus are
Oh my
the most coddled things.
No.
Oh, Dwight says that. That's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Reply that toilet paper.
Okay.
We've lost Rich.
So now I think Alex says something about
No,
himself.
I'll say something nice since Rich is going to take a little
He's
bit to
occupied
recover.
right now.
You know, Alex is a formidable foe. Alex is, I
Alliteration.
would consider you an arch enemy, and really, you
In
know,
a friendly way. Yeah.
in a friendly way. Did I say that? Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah. No. Alex is a good dude. We have many a late night conversation, and I consider you. I consider you better than Rich, actually. Some days.
In what way?
Clip it.
What?
Clip it.
In what way?
Always.
So, Alex.
You want to top that? Or?
Yeah. I'm gonna follow through
I
what I
love
said.
being a guest here. It's so great.
We
Just lavish
Alex.
compliments upon you.
This never happens.
Alex Gideon.
Better than a cake.
You
I don't like cake.
well, Alex is our
There we
guest
go.
today. I'm speaking, and so Alex is our guest today. And the reason we had him on this podcast, excuse me, I'm going through puberty, is because
Me too.
you know what's about you. The other thing about you, Alex, is that you have this whole thing about the way that you are and the way that you believe, the way that you do things, and that I think that it's something that it's really evident in what you do.
Rich just starts talking sometimes. He doesn't know where he's going to go with it.
Yeah.
But he eventually gets there.
So for that, I thank you.
I feel like
And that's why you're
I feel
here.
like he tries to figure out what he's saying on the spot, and he has no idea what he's trying to say a second before he's
I
gonna
know
say
why
it.
you think that, but that was actually planned. I was thinking last night before I fell asleep, I was cuddling my wife, and I was thinking,
You were thinking about me while you're cutting your wife?
it's actually a common occurrence, and I was
That's
thinking
super
about
weird.
how can
Steve said he had a lot of late night talks with you too. So
Yeah, that's true.
you guys aren't.
I was not cuddling.
Well,
with
that-
my wife.
Nobody's innocent in
Yeah.
this town.
I mean, I guess that's how people get to know me is late at night. So I guess me and Tommy need to talk late at
Yeah.
night. And
Yeah,
There you go.
complete the ensemble right there.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but yeah, man, I just want to thank you for all those things because that's why you're here, and I want you to know that you aren't here because we don't want you here. You're here because we
I was forced.
really
Because we forced you at
So
threat of your life.
So the summary of what you're saying, Rich, is what? What does that mean?
If I just summarize everything I just
yeah,
said,
if I was an idiot, what would that be?
if I was 5 years old.
Yeah, if I was 5, explain to me like I'm 5.
Yeah.
So I would say if I was summing it all up, is that Alex, you are a human being that really has all the qualities of a human. Like if I have you under the microscope,
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
you are a human being.
He's got like a gusto, a little bit of Swami,
A little Sauvignon
bit of
Blanc kind of.
Sauvignon Blanc,
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
We could
a little bit of
we could go that route.
Shiraz,
Yeah.
we could go
Kind
that
of
route
a
for sure.
Milieu.
milieu.
Yeah, if you will.
Sure.
Yeah, like the great wines of France.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They age they age well.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're
He ages like a
see, Alex,
fine wine.
You age well. I think we've made him. Have we
have
made you cry at this?
I'm actually tearing up right now.
You're tearing
'cause
up.
You guys are like, this makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
So Alex, introduce yourself and say something about us.
So
You're forced to.
yeah, so my
Threat of
name's
life.
Alex.
Yeah, what is your... Oh,
So I'm a dude.
She's a dude. He's
For
a
now.
dude.
She's a dude. He's a,
Everyone's a dude.
you know,
Everyone's a dude.
he,
Yep.
he, him,
Nice.
it, you. Actually, I'll go with you. Like, hey, you. So just you is my.
That's
Yeah.
what you identify
Yep,
as?
you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, just say you. Yeah, and I'm a person that's here, and appreciate you guys.
You
for
know,
having me
I
on.
said that 2 weeks ago. I don't think you get to take that from me.
What?
That I'm just a person that's here. That's
Oh yeah,
present.
that's how you
I
introduce yourself.
introduced myself that way. You
Oh.
you can't
Yeah.
take that from me.
Oh, so what you're saying
I
is
just
like
did.
he's a hack. Like he stole
No,
what you.
You're an imposter.
I am.
What are you doing here anyway?
are you trying to steal the Declaration of Independence?
I already did.
Are you Nicolas Cage?
Twice?
Twice?
Gosh, the special effects in that movie.
And what
Yeah.
movie? I already forgot
Is
what
it?
you're talking about.
National Treasure.
National Treasure?
Oh.
No, I was kidding. I don't even know
That
if there
looked
are
like the-
special
I don't
effects
think
in
it
that
was.
movie.
That looked
It's a
like
te-
the Declaration of Independence. I blew me away. I was like, that's the Declaration of Independence. You
It's
can't
a-
tell me it's not.
Yeah,
It's a
I mean,
typical
you have
Nicolas
that in the
Cage
back of
movie.
your car
Yeah,
all the time. That you
absolutely.
just get out and look at.
Yep. I'm like, this is Declaration. I can't believe it. I declare that this is independence.
Yeah.
But
So Alex,
good stuff.
Wait, should we go back? I feel like we got to go back to the Craigslist dating thing.
Oh yeah, we didn't really touch on
We're
that.
gonna
we
go back
didn't.
on that. Okay.
Yeah, let's go back.
Yeah, let's circle back.
I got
because we don't
one.
want to go with the natural flow of things.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm so curious though.
That wouldn't be good.
So okay, so the question is what is the advantage of being on Craigslist than eHarmony or Christian Mingle? Let's talk about that.
Well,
Or let's
hang
take it
on.
a step lower. Let's go down to Tinder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, because this brings up a good point because on Craigslist it looks like it runs the gamut, right? Like it's all over the place.
It is.
Whereas each of those apps tries to accomplish something different. I think you know, eHarmony and Christian Mingle being at the upper crust of trying to get people lifelong companionship.
Yes.
Whereas Tinder, it might be like 23 minutes worth of companionship.
Yeah.
And maybe drinks. I don't even know. But
Well, here's the thing too. Like this, I'm looking at this ranges from. I don't even know. I thought I was kind of up to date and all these things. I don't know what MWM for MWF stands for. This says late 30s MWN seeks MWF to find what's been lost. Fun, friendship, passion, love, and
It's like Omega when you say M15. It's like I don't even know what that was when I first joined Mingle, and but people like M15 US. I'm like, what
is it looking for a male that's 15 years
is
old?
that,
Yes.
that means you're male,
is
you're
that
15,
ASL? Yeah.
and you live in the United States.
But what is
That's ASL
MWM?
from the AIM
or ASL
from AIM days?
So I was thinking
yeah,
maybe
or
chat.
AOL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe man, woman, man's maybe like a 3 thing.
Yeah.
But what's MWF though?
It's a man working firmly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or faithfully or...
Oh yeah, man working faithfully.
Got you.
Perfect.
So we're
Yeah.
looking for a man, a woman,
there.
and a man for men working faithfully.
All of them working faithfully.
But here's the problem. Then you move right down from this.
Hardworking guys
Other
post on
than
Craigslist.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a great one. You can't handle this in all capitals.
Yo.
Let myself to enlighten players pertaining to easy floozy.
What the...
COM.
My gosh.
That
I don't know if we can
permit
include
you
that language on this
so we'll
podcast.
get enough babes trouble free. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Keep reading and therefore search for a lady to suit now. Stumbled upon a localized chick in Philadelphia.
Chicken?
There you go, guys.
Chick.
Chicken?
No.
I heard chicken.
You
No,
can't
he said
handle
chick.
this. You can't even handle what he's saying
Barbecue
because we don't know
chicken?
what he's saying.
I
Honey
don't,
mustard?
I don't know.
But then it moves into just random stuff like spandex
Now I'm
suits
hungry.
and sauna suits. There was one the other day I was looking at, was talking about how
Sorry,
they
guys, I'm gonna
have.
move this down.
Oh.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, that was
There was
tension filled.
okay. There was one the other day where this guy was talking
I'll
about
cut that one out.
how he has a whole latex bodysuit with a vacuum and
Not a good idea.
wants somebody to do it, and he has an air hole to breathe out of. Like that's what they're into, man.
No.
So that, and I want to know.
Rich, no.
But here's the deal, okay?
I think that this guy's just interested in scuba and we're getting the wrong idea.
That's probably what it is. You're right, man. But here's the deal. If you're into that stuff, all right, cool. I don't want to alienate too many of our listeners yet because we're just getting started.
And that's
here.
probably the majority of our listeners.
I mean,
Sure.
I was going to say,
I think so.
demographically, that might not be accurate as
At least
to
half.
listening to this podcast.
But would you actually go to somebody who has that, that like in life from Craigslist? No pictures.
No.
It's just writing. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody to suck the air out of my latex
So,
suit while I'm in it.
If I was looking for a guy on Craigslist, he
Wait,
so
Wait,
hold
why-
on. So
why?
if I was looking for a guy on Craigslist,
why?
that'd be kind of something similar that I'd be looking for. That is very good traits that I'd be looking for a guy as
What do you consider
As a
very
guy.
good traits?
Yeah.
as a
Buddy.
Why?
No, it's just a very honest, faithful, working man.
As long as he's faithful.
He's very honest about the latex situation.
Those are
I'm
good.
faithful, but I got this one thing.
That's a good characteristics I'm
There's
looking
a trade-off all the time. There's always a catch.
It's always a...
That's a good characteristic for
gosh.
me for a guy in the description. Like I'm kind of jealous. I should have put that in my
Like Christian Mingle or something.
good Christian Mingle. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of jealous.
Now, speaking of you, by the way, we need to discuss
It's a
something.
good joke, Alex. I got it.
It was all right. Oh,
Yeah.
do the drum thing. So,
I'm so glad someone got it.
Here's something we need to discuss. All right. Corning. Go.
That's a big. Oh my gosh.
Go.
What is
You
corning?
just went. We had another topic we were gonna get to before that. Okay.
Oh, that's right. We did.
Yeah, we did.
That's right. We could pretend like I didn't say that.
Yeah.
And roll it back.
Kind of
Yeah.
cut that out.
Oh no, let's go. I mean, we can. We
can-
cycle around.
I
I
can.
like what Tommy said.
Okay.
Let's cycle around. This
Let's
is fun.
cycle around.
Yeah, there's no podcasts are like this.
What
It's like
in
this.
the
Cycle around.
heck is corning?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go.
So corning is a worldwide meaning. If you Google
It's
it,
not.
It is.
Rich,
It
how's
is.
your day going, buddy?
It's going good. I've
Yeah.
had actually a very
You
good
guys are
day.
the
Yeah.
worst podcast people I've ever met in my life.
Excuse me.
No, go ahead. Continue.
Excuse me. I was.
Excuse me.
I had a good
I got
day
something to
today.
say.
You know, like I got a lot of work done.
Yeah.
I know it was raining out, so it wasn't too great to be
Yeah.
outside or
Sorry,
whatever.
I'll
But
cut
I was
around.
at
I'm
home
gonna
doing
cut
work.
around
Put the milk
and-
back in the fridge. You know. What I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. It was one of
yeah.
those kind of days
Don't-
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
wiped down some things. I did some laundry in between my work and stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good day, man. How about you?
Yeah, I mean the laundry thing I relate to emotionally, not so much physically, but metaphysically. Yeah. Yeah.
Not physically.
Therapeutically, and
Sorry.
geographically.
Hey, sorry, buddy. You were
Oh yeah. So corning. Go ahead, man.
Corning.
So talk to us about the
Yeah.
worldwide phenomenon that is corning.
Matthew.
Oh, we're talking about me now, or still talking about your laundry and?
It's Alex.
Okay, go back to worldwide meaning of corning.
Okay, so corning is this fantastic thing you do.
What? Go ahead, man.
Okay,
Nobody's stopping you.
no.
It's a fantastic thing you do.
Yeah, fantastic we do during Halloween, where instead of egging, you corn people with corn. I know it's very
What
crazy.
do you?
So okay,
you cook
so,
the corn first.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
is it in pieces?
Here's the logic behind it. Is when
Sorry.
here's the-
Go ahead.
Anyway, so when you guys are, well, I'm like 14, 15, 16 years old, when actually Halloweening is actually getting kind of old for you, right? So you go up and you trick or
When you
treat.
say you, keep your face in front
Yeah,
of the
please
microphone.
talk into the mic. I'm kidding. Okay, go ahead. All right, corning.
Why am I here?
Do you boil the corn first? Does your mom boil the corn?
Do you
Use butter
want
and
to? Do you
salt?
want to listen to my story,
Is
or
it
just going to
butter-
ask
butter
you
Alex,
questions?
corning?
No,
We've been really rude. And
you're
it's
14,
unacceptable.
15,
utterly
16.
rude. The worst rude people I've ever rudely met.
What, us?
Yeah, yeah.
No, whoa.
Whoa.
Tommy, what do you think about that?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, right? I don't feel that way.
No, I'm saying.
Okay, so no. All right.
14,
Skirt.
Sorry, you're 15 years old. You're 15,
Okay.
and your buddies are like, "Hey, let's go corning,"
So no,
and you're like, "Of course."
Steve, are you telling the story or me? Or am
summing
I?
up.
No, I'm asking.
I was
I'm
actually
trying to
interested in
promise
this.
you.
That was a good story.
I'm really into that.
No. Let's talk about Steve.
Oh, I don't know what I just did.
No,
There's a
okay,
microphone there.
No, go ahead, Steve. Let's talk about corning. What does
Yeah, Steve,
corning
what's
mean?
corning?
What does
No,
corning
I'm
mean to
asking you.
No, that was no question involved. You were
I was
talking
painting
about
a
your
picture.
story.
I was painting a picture.
How do you paint a picture
word
if
I was
there's
painting
no
a picture.
picture?
No, and then I was asking you, what is this pic? Continue the picture. Make it into a motion picture.
I'm trying.
That's what
You're
I'm.
painting
Go
it
ahead.
for me.
This is like so out of control.
You have
There's
to
no
paint-
hope of reining this back.
No.
We're off the reins
No, we're
tonight,
keeping
guys.
this. We're keeping this.
We're
Oh
never
my.
on the reins for
So
the
no.
first
Yeah.
episode.
No,
Off the rails.
Steve has the paint. He has the brush, and he's painting it right now. And he's asking me, "What do you want me to paint?" That's exactly what's happening right now.
That's exactly what's
Dude,
happening.
were you
You're
the
right.
guy? Were you the
Sure,
guy
that's a
on
good
Craigslist
mount.
with the latex suit?
That's why I agree
What's
with
corning?
That's why I agree with the man.
Dude, get to your point. What is corning? You say you're 15
I
years
don't know.
old.
Ask Steve.
No,
He
Alex,
knows.
you said you're 15 currently, and you boil corn and you throw it at people, right?
You don't boil the corn.
Okay, well, then
How do
tell
you-
us what it's
what
all
do you do
about.
with that? How do you get it off?
So you're. So
ahead,
listen.
go ahead.
Listen. All right.
All right.
So you're 15. Imagine you're 15.
No, I'm not. I'm 29.
Okay, now you're painting us the picture. So
Yeah,
let's go.
imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me continue,
No,
Steve.
I'm
Nobody's interrupting you right
putting
now.
myself in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Let's close
Nice.
our eyes, Willie.
See yourself that you're 15 years old, right? You're going through puberty. It's happening, right? And
Wow, this took a dark turn.
you are you are a crazy human being, and it comes Halloween, and you're like, I am too mature and I'm too cool to go up to a neighbor to get candy, and it's too old for me to say trick or treat, right?
It's taking too long.
Do you want me to paint a picture?
Alex, go ahead.
Is this a hypnosis thing?
Nobody's interrupting.
Where we
Keep
close
going.
our eyes
We
and
were
you
dead
just-
quiet.
I'm trying to make some happy mistakes here, Steve. Let me make some happy mistakes.
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
Alex,
separate
whatever your name is.
Oh my gosh.
Continue. Go ahead.
We do look so much alike.
All right, good. Continue.
Okay.
Alex, continue.
Continue.
Corning.
Okay.
15 years old.
You're 15.
Continue.
You've got
Okay.
a sack full of corn and you're throwing at things. Go ahead.
We boiled it, right?
Hey, Tommy, how you doing, man?
So, oh my gosh, guys.
Tommy, you all right?
Trying to get the.
You trying to do a feedback loop?
I can't do
Trying to make a ground loop.
Oh, man.
Okay. So, anyway, you go up, and everyone knows this person, right? They give you an apple, they give you a toothbrush, they give you a toothpaste.
Oh,
and
this
you,
is
and
the
you, and you get,
person
and you
in
get
the
angry,
neighborhood.
and you get
Yeah.
angry at that guy.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so what you have is you have a tube sock full of hard corn that you go through
Yes.
and that you grind into. So okay, so back in I was 15. Back in
Did you just have a stroke?
2000. No,
You just
back,
went
back in
back to the
2000.
beginning of the
That's
story?
all I heard was back in
Back in
olden times.
Do you need medical
Back in
attention
2000.
now?
No, back in
You have a
2000.
sack of corn that you. I'm 15.
Okay, so there's a tube sock with corn in it, and you're
Yeah,
15.
It's the
Right.
the millennium has changed.
It's taken him this long to
when
say
you're
that.
15, we had a tube sock, and then it's tied on your little loophole of your jeans, right?
Of course, as one does.
Yeah.
And so when something like that happens, right? When someone gives you like an apple, you're very frustrated. Like I want a Twix, right? Because that's everyone's favorite candy.
So lost.
And then you
That's what our audience is like right
once they give you an apple,
Are you painting my
you
picture
go
for me? Is that what's happening?
you put your hand into the tube sock and you chuck the corn at the house. It makes a big, huge rattling
Well, it's
noise.
devastating to
It
somebody,
is.
isn't
It
it?
is. Listen, yeah. And
Imagine the cleanup.
the aggravation.
The chickens come out the next morning.
the aggravation.
Oh, yeah.
that
I'd be so
the neighbor
pissed.
will give.
This is why everyone in
And
Pittsburgh has a chicken.
there's a lot of chickens.
It's the Pittsburgh
But-
security system.
No. So
Continue.
the neighbor comes out yelling in frustration, and you get to see his face in frustration, and you laugh, and you run away, and then
Can I stop
and
you
then,
right there?
No.
Can I stop
and
you
then,
right there?
And then you do it again,
Okay.
and it's just
and you do
as
it
good.
into their face,
You
like
do it. No,
like
you
you throw it at their eyes.
Okay, so I need to stop you, and we need to
The
discuss.
eyes are the groin of
It's
the
an old
face.
police trick.
But no, but before you continue though, but anyone can Google. You Googled this before, and it's actually a verb in the dictionary.
Okay, but is this
Google it.
only local to Pittsburgh?
And it's locally to the United States.
No.
That has never been true in the
No.
history
It's true.
of stories ever.
It's true.
So here's the deal, man. That freaking sucks. Okay.
That's freaking
I
awesome.
mean, I'm looking at my phone right
And,
now.
I promise you, if you say what does corning mean, and it will say it will be a verb, and it'll be what Rich Googled this a
5
little bit.
hotels in Corning, California.
Oh my gosh, you're not
Corning.com.
you are not
Corning
Googling,
Incorporated.
you are not Googling this correctly.
Corning Inc.
yeah,
from
I found
Wikipedia?
Corning Inc.
What is
I got Corning Inc. too.
Does
what is
Apple own
what is-
Corning?
what
Pretty
is-
sure.
no,
Corning,
what is Corning? What is
Corning
Corning?
Credit Union. Corning Ware from Bed Bath and Beyond.
What is Corning?
What is Corning?
What is Corning?
Because you have to.
Okay, so
set it up
nothing
as a-
on
Corning,
page 1 of
Upper
Googling.
Milford, Pennsylvania.
Okay, we're getting close.
Wait, you just say we're getting
Oh,
close
here we go.
to something
Oh.
like Wallingford?
Urban Dictionary. Corning or cornin is simply
Yep,
the
sure,
act
cornin.
of throwing
Sure.
kernels of corn at passing cars while you hide.
Yep.
Excuse me. Usually with a group of friends, somewhere out of sight but close to the road. Usually done on or around Halloween and is popular in southern Appalachia and rural parts of the country. Now here's the
Yes.
here's the deal, man.
Sure.
Okay.
But
When there's
No.
when there is a prank that you're doing on somebody's house or a car.
Yeah,
Let's say
or
like
car.
when,
Car
you
is another
egg,
one.
when you egg a house, egg a car, TP, whatever. It involves it's a pain in the butt to clean up, right?
Yeah.
So you have to go outside. Oh, I gotta take all the toilet paper down. I gotta, scrub the walls of my house, get all this like dried up egg off, right? I'd walk out. I'd be frustrated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be me coming out after somebody corned my house. Ready? Here we go. Oh, what was that? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
all that did.
Yeah, I don't know who's
So-
coming out of their houses yelling at you, but I'm pretty sure they're
There's-
going to be
there
in a
was-
mental hospital the next year.
There was 2 people
because
that
those people
No, there's 2
are going to
people.
be very mad at everything, man.
No, there's 2
Yeah.
people that came out of the
Everything.
houses
Yeah.
with airsoft guns shooting at us.
Are you?
It was
You
the
need to
best thing
report
in the
those
world.
people to the police.
It was the best thing
They're
in the world.
a danger to your community.
The best
no,
thing in the world. It was
This
so
isn't
great.
just like This is
But-
this is like
But no,
This isn't like,
this is why this is a lot better than toilet papering and egging.
okay, all right,
Sorry.
settle down.
So this is
that was
why
my Joker laugh.
that was very funny. So,
Yeah, day.
But wait, do you understand?
You have
do you
hibernation
understand this?
sickness.
no, yeah. So
This is not
So
a
I'm
normal.
By the way,
I'm
I'm going
gonna-
to say,
no, I'm gonna-
Wait,
your
wait,
thing you said last
wait,
week, where you're like,
stop.
fire and Reddit
Stop.
was perfect.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure you knew that. That's awesome. I love it.
So we're arguing with Alex right now.
I'm going to answer
No,
your
Brian, just
question.
like
We're
Alex.
arguing with our guest.
I am going
because
to
it
answer your
requires
question.
it.
I'm going to answer
I
your
know.
question.
Okay.
So the difference between toilet papering, egging, and corning, right?
Yeah.
One
So
involves corn.
when you are
And a tube sock.
You know, if you
the 2 sog is very classic. It's great, but
That word has never
when you're
been,
corning,
those words have never been
you
spoken.
see the aggravation live.
Okay.
You get to see it. But when you're corning or when you're egging or in toilet paper or something, you just imagine what they're suffering the next day.
Nothing.
Well,
Exactly.
that's
you never
part
see it.
of-
The
that's
corning,
part
you
of the
see it.
mischief.
You see it. No, you see it that day.
why
As soon as
can't
you're
you
corning, you
walk
see them
past?
running out.
No,
Why
no.
can't you walk past the next day?
Also, part of
You
the
don't see
from-
the aggravation.
part of the
You
prank
have a
is
mask
knowing.
on that night. Why would you feel bad like walking by seeing them clean up their toilet papered yard?
The next day?
Yeah.
Why are you still having the mask the
so-
next day after Halloween?
No.
These are
You've
kernels,
taken
That's what
your
right?
you're
mask-
saying.
Yes.
No,
They're
I said
hard kernels.
mask
They're hard
the night
kernels?
Not cooked.
before,
That's not.
so you don't
It's
know
the dumbest
who
thing
threw
ever.
You
toilet
don't do
paper.
it the night before, Steve.
You know what that takes to clean? Okay, here's cleaning up, egging your house.
That's
don't
like
understand.
not as bad as
Hours go
leaves.
by, right? Yeah, hours go by. I've scrubbed my house. It's all gone. Here is I come out to my front step after somebody corned my house. Oh,
Time to send the chickens out. That's it.
You guys-
Okay.
can you
hang
imagine
on,
how
hang on.
frustrated
we're
you
going
were?
backwards a second because there was something very, very clued in on what Rich read off of the internet.
Ooh.
Southern Appalachia and rural parts of the country, literally the most
of the
sparse
country.
places,
Of the country.
and Southern Appalachia, which
Well, they
is
don't know any
literally
better.
where you live, and that's it.
You know,
That's it.
You know how big the country is? It's very big.
No
Steve.
one knows. No one here knows what you're talking about. No one.
I thought you were going to say nobody knows
West
how big the
of-
country is.
Nothing.
No one west
no
of-
one cares.
No one west of Wheeling, West Virginia knows what you're talking about.
I'd
I've
imagine
asked.
there's some people listening who do feel
I feel
for
like,
you.
Yeah, I
with
feel like
you.
I feel like all the listeners.
my.
I feel like all the listeners are out there,
But
totally vibe with me and
you
totally
can't sit
understand
there and say
what
this
I'm
is a
talking
global
about.
thing.
And
We're
how
going to have
and
one
they-
person. Your
the-
brother is going to be the
No,
one
the people know.
who writes the review that says, "I know what corning is."
The people
It's
out
really
there,
fun.
they know how awesome and fun it is, and I thank you guys, and you guys know how fun it is to actually corn someone, and you guys understand your childhood history that you guys went through and how much fun you guys had. So,
Please continue.
anyway, so that's corning. But I got a topic that I do want to talk about that I was just thinking about.
Wait.
About,
Are we done? Are we done with corning?
I guess so,
I
man.
think you guys made fun of me. I think
That's
we're-
okay. I think we got it out.
I think we're pretty good at making fun
Oh,
of me at
okay.
this point.
This is going to
I'm
be
pretty
a
sure.
tit for tat
So
situation.
this is my
Yeah.
OG story. Can you guys guess what this is going to be? This is probably a story I've talked about a billion times, but Tommy doesn't know.
1 billion.
1 billion at least.
What is it?
About my stalker story?
You're going to bring up that whole thing.
Whoa.
It's going to be.
I mean, it is kind of interesting.
It is.
I
thought we were
think
gonna-
I think it's very interesting.
Are we going to get
I
serious?
thought we
now?
were going to talk about hockey and football, but okay.
But well, it's get serious, and then we'll talk about football.
This is not
and,
serious.
And
though. This
hockey.
is actually kind of
I thought we
funny
were going
and
to talk
hilarious.
about like,
Yeah, I think it's-
emotions
it is kind of
and
funny,
stuff.
though.
It is.
But, okay.
All right.
But,
Doesn't this involve death?
no,
Oh.
No.
Does it involve corning?
no.
Good. That's nice.
I just really, you can talk about it if you want. I just really
okay.
want to interview Tom.
No, this oh my god.
But we can talk about this, I guess.
I like
don't know.
jazz. What can I say? Fire and ready.
What made you like jazz? When did that come into being?
Alex, can you put your microphone in front of your face? When you talk? There you go.
Okay.
Hello, yes.
Just want to thank our listeners for tuning in this far into the podcast. We're grateful for each and every one of you. If you're still here, it's
I'm so intrigued how this is going to turn out. Anyway.
all right. So stalker story. What's this all
All
about?
right, you have.
Okay, I feel like that's a
stalker?
buzzword. Like that's a big thing to claim.
Yeah.
Like
And
stalker.
it's actually true.
Question: is this Melissa?
Is this Melissa? No.
Yeah. Are you dating them or are you related
You
to
guys
them?
know this story.
That was a joke. You
Very,
passed. You
very,
passed.
Very funny, Steve. That was very funny.
Thank you. That's hilarious. Okay, continue. It's not Melissa. Continue your story.
Steve, that was so good. That made me laugh.
That was the
very
joke.
I
going
know.
over his head.
I know.
Yeah. That was the joke that did not work.
I was looking to you for sympathy.
Oh, I was on your side.
I know.
I was. Yeah,
All
I
right.
was
Tell us.
All right. So I've told the story so many times, so I can make this pretty quick. So
If necessary, use words.
I was going to draw it out for you. I was going to draw it out like.
Do you need a
picturing-
whiteboard?
I could do a whiteboard
Need
if you
some
guys want me
wipes?
to. Sure.
Some wipes.
That is not the story I'm talking about right now.
boy.
So I was 15. I was at a Christian camp, and
M15.
M15
M15?
U.S.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
in the United
Yes.
States.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
So and I was doing trash. I was part of the maintenance team, and this girl would be.
Everybody's getting really comfortable, and
I
Rich
do
is-
not like Rich right now.
Rich is covering his nose because it's getting
But
cold.
no, this is really good. So okay, no, this I promise you, this is really good.
We're listening, man.
So okay, so she was always in the kitchen, and I would empty the trash and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going?" And that's all the conversation that we had for 3 years.
What a love story.
For 3 years during the summer, and so when I was 18, this is my last time I was going to be at the camp, and I'm going to totally ignore you. And so she was like,
Is
"Hey,"
that Jules?
and so
That's
during,
Jules' hair.
That's really Jules' hair.
that is
my
very
gosh.
disgusting.
That's crazy. Wow.
Girls shed like dogs. Do you know that?
Sorry.
Did you just call my wife a dog?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I'm calling my girlfriend a dog too. So
You know, you're
Anyway.
scoring so many
I know,
points
yeah.
tonight.
So
Our
Continue.
listeners love this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
so anyway, so
Folks are going to eat this up at home.
so I was
Spoonfuls.
okay. This is when it starts getting juicy. So,
So
when
there's a
when
stalker.
I was so when I was 18, she asked me. She was like, because at the end of camp, that's when my birthday is in August, and she was like, "Hey, can I give you something for your birthday?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so she asked me from a
Talk into the mic.
and
Yeah,
so
when you say yes, sure, can you?
Yeah.
Go like this. Go like, yeah, sure. Like that.
yeah,
There you go.
sure,
Sure.
There you
Yeah.
go.
One more
Yeah.
time, practice.
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah, yeah, sure.
There we go.
Oh, that's so good. That's so
it.
I,
That
like,
guys,
was
I'm
it.
getting this. I'm getting this.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so camp. You're getting ready to leave.
So,
Birthday.
15.
Yeah, I was 18. Listen to the
Oh,
story.
okay.
So
the
she
story mixed up.
sent me a.
he
So I gave her.
changed his
So I
age.
gave her my address, and she
going?
sent me
You
a.
just need to sit up a little
Stay.
bit. I'm listening.
I'm listening. At
Continue.
least as long as one of us is engaged.
So Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy
So-
couldn't be more engaged right now, actually.
Yeah,
He's
th-
actually
this is
really
actually really.
enjoying this.
This is actually really interesting.
He hasn't heard this.
So she sent me a birthday gift, and she sent me a picture of her and me together.
Ah.
But the thing is we never took a picture together.
Photoshop.
So she took my Facebook picture, current one, and she took hers and photoshopped our pictures together and said best friends forever.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then
Bold move.
Yeah, very bold.
By
It
a
was very
fine young
cringy.
dame.
So then the next week on a Friday, she
How
came,
dost thou
she-
respond to such an inquiry?
I said thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the next week on a Friday, she came to my house at 6, and she didn't text me, she didn't call me, she just showed up at my house
How's she know where you live?
because I sent her my address.
Okay.
After she said I wanted to stalk you.
Yeah, before that, yeah. And so then she ended up talking to me for 3 hours that night. And since I'm the awesome guy that I am, I ended up talking to her
Is
for
that
3
what it
hours.
is?
Hey, Alex.
Yeah, it's
Alex,
So,
We're gonna need you to
Steve,
pat
is this
yourself on the back.
is this your story or is this mine?
You're gonna need to pat yourself
You
on
need
the back.
you
a
need
little bit
you
more.
need to
I didn't even know there was
back
a
off.
story going on.
You
This
need-
is all new. Everything's so new.
You
He's
need-
painting
you
a
need to back
picture.
off.
Okay, he's painting.
You need to back off.
Painting a
So-
Picasso. You just let it.
So this-
let it form itself.
I hate
So this
Picasso.
continues on. So she
jazz.
ended up going to she was a missionary and she went to the Philippines for 3 years. And I would talk to her maybe like once a month. She's like, "Hey, how did you United States?" I'm like, "Oh, good," you know. And yep. And so
Just like that.
And this was, and then so anyway, so then 2 years ago, I think it was about 2 years ago, and she said, "Hey, I'm coming back to Pittsburgh," and that's where her parents lived, and that's where she lives. And she's like, "We should hang out." And I live in Philly where I'm at now, and Rich, you're such a
Dude, keep going. I'm listening.
yeah, and so. I hate you guys so much. Anyway, so then she was like, "Hey, we should hang out some weekend," and I really didn't want to hang out with her because
I understand.
of the creepy things that were happening.
And you
I'm
let her
like,
in your house for
that-
3
that
hours.
very
Right.
sketchy things. And so I just started coming up with all these excuses of I didn't want to come see her, and so I came up with every single excuse known to man. And I came up like to the point where I was like, I had food poisoning, and I couldn't see her that weekend. So anyway, so I finally ran out of excuses, and
She's gonna know this is an
And she-
excuse if she's still stalking you and listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
true.
yeah,
Well,
I think you just lost her.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is awkward.
Yeah,
but
you
anyway,
lost
you're
her
not gonna-
forever.
so
Yeah.
anyway, so hopefully she's not going to listen to this. But so anyway, so what happened was,
I hope she
is-
does.
Yeah.
We should
I
have
mean,
her as a
everybody
guest.
should have closure.
We should have her as
Yeah.
a guest when you're not
Right?
here. She could be a co-host and he could be the guest.
Hey, what's her number?
That would be amazing.
Can I make this a story?
Can you
Rick?
imagine if that was like
Can I make
a
this?
surprise guest? And
Can I?
Alex will never come back when it's a surprise guest.
All right, Alex, continue. What were you going to say?
Is this
Can you make the
girl's
story
name John
great?
Shope?
I want to make this.
What were you saying?
I want to make the story
John
really.
Shope reference.
I want to make the
Yes.
story really quick, but I thought
I wish
this
you
is like this is like.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Good, continue.
I feel like this is super entertaining.
Yeah,
So
it actually is.
It is super great.
I mean,
So-
if we were asking questions, maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So what happened next? There we go.
So, okay. So anyway, so I told her that I finally ran out of excuses to not see her on the weekend. So I told her, I was like, "Hey, we'll hang out this weekend." And I found out that my grandma passed away, and I was like, "Hey, my grandma passed away. I can't, we can't. I
Will
can't
you
I
come
can't-
to the funeral?
I can't." Steve, shut up.
That's,
Oh my
that's what
gosh,
you say
no.
next. That's what you say next. Okay,
So-
I guess
so-
not. I guess,
No,
what else? What
you-
did you say instead?
You are the word plot. So anyway.
You try to speed him up, and it
You-
actually takes longer. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Okay, fine. We're gonna cut this whole segment out. All right.
No, we're not.
No,
We're
go
listening.
ahead. No, cut this whole segment
We're all,
out, and then
we're
go ahead
all
and answer.
experimenting with our own different headphone
Yeah.
Just trying to
listening
find
ideas.
something that works for me.
Yeah, see? So we're using this time wisely while you
yeah.
tell a story.
Because it's not like we have any
I-
other topics we want to discuss.
No. Let's cut this whole segment out, and we'll talk about your questions.
Oh my
I thought that
No,
was gonna be
continue.
No.
Dude, we
Don't
got
you
this far.
dare.
We cannot
Yeah,
stop this story
You
now.
cannot stop the story.
Go ahead.
Our listeners will
So,
be mortified.
Give us like the final 30 seconds of this thing.
All right. Yeah. Give me 30 seconds. I can end this up if you
You
guys.
have taken
Anyway.
more time talking about the story instead of actually saying the story.
I was doing.
I'm
perfect.
getting like pretty emotionally drained too listening. Like I just feel like I'm running on empty in the words.
Yeah,
of
the toxicity in the
Jackson
room
Brown.
is like
It's
it's
super
creeping
toxic.
up.
I don't
Yeah.
like this at all.
Yeah.
Running on empty, running on.
So
Sorry.
so anyway, so then I went to now we're laughing. So now we went to I'm at my grandma's funeral, and I didn't tell her anywhere where my grandma lived. And so I was at my grandma's funeral. I was talking to my cousin who I haven't seen forever, and my back was towards the door, and someone came up behind me and tapped me on my shoulder, and I turned around and it was her.
Whoa.
And I was like, "Hey," I was like, "How did you find me?" And she's like, "Well, let me tell you. I figured your grandma shared the same last name as you did, right? So it was Gideon. And then I went into the obituaries and looked up everyone that had the last name of Gideon. And then I found someone, and then it was in Uniontown. And she was like, oh, and I saw in Uniontown. And it was Georgie Gideon. And so I figured that was your grandma. So then I searched up the address, and I found the address, and I Googled it. And I traveled 2.5 hours to come see you and surprise you. I'm like...
Now, this is where we say...
Yeah, what if that hadn't
get
been
out
the
of here,
case?
you know?
What if it had been the wrong Gideon?
Yeah.
That would have been super awkward.
True. And so I ended up talking to her at my grandma's funeral for 3 hours. I wasn't talking to anyone else.
Oof.
And
You're a sweetheart, man, because I would have been like,
I
hey,
am the
listen,
best.
woman.
I am the
Yeah.
best.
Get out of my face.
Or Rich, I'm the best. So, and anyway, so then she went back.
He's the best.
So
You heard him.
she-
You heard it here
You
first.
said that earlier.
She went to. So
like
she ended up going to the bathroom, and my aunt.
And you leave now, right?
No. So I'm talking to my.
You went to the bathroom.
I'm talking. And then I was talking to my cousin again.
That seems more
and
realistic.
My aunt came up to me. She was like, "Hey, there's some girl that is in the bathroom having issues." I'm like, "What issues?" She's like, "I don't know." And so I went into the bathroom. I was like, "Hey,
same one?"
I knew it was her. I'm not gonna say her name, and I was like, "Hey, you okay?" He's like, "Yeah." I
didn't ask you. I didn't ask you her name.
No. So she's like, "I have food poisoning." I'm like, "You have food poisoning?" I'm like, "Why did you come down here if you have food poisoning?" She's like, "I don't know. I just really wanted to come see you." I'm like,
No, you had food poisoning.
It was pity food poisoning because you had food poisoning the
I
night
think
before.
it was hibernation sickness.
Also could have been that.
Similar to
So
being
anyway,
frozen
so
in
then-
carbonite.
Being
like
frozen in the
Han
carbonite.
Solo.
Fast forward, she ended up leaving. And then, so I had to come up with another weekend. So she ended up saying that she has friends in Philly. So I was like, hey, I have friends in Philly. I'm going to go hang out with them. And then I'll just pass by and say hi to you.
Bad
I'm like,
things happen in Philly.
yeah, that's very true.
That's true.
Bad things happen in Philly.
All the time? All the time?
All the time.
Oh,
again.
And so then she
So, believe me.
she ended up there's another Saturday, and she ended up texting me and saying that, hey, I'm at the Ambler train station, and which is like literally 10 minutes away from me. And she texted that to me about like when I realized, because I was playing video games 5 hours ago. And so I texted her back. I'm like, are you still at the Ambler train station? She was like, yeah, I'm waiting for you. I'm like, oh my gosh. She was waiting at the Ambler train station for 5 hours. So I ended up going to the train station to pick her up.
And she was dead.
This is when you drive like 4
time.
hours the other direction.
Man,
This is the part where I'm so.
It
this
does
part
keep,
is this.
keep getting better.
This is the part where I'm so wrong. And so
no, this isn't the only part.
okay, there's a lot of
started
parts.
started
There's a lot of
corny.
parts.
Started
It all
that
started.
straight.
It all started when I was corning the house. This is when it all
This
started.
is exactly right.
And so then, so I ended up picking her up, and then I had no food at my house, right? So I told her, I was like, I have no
Most
food.
guys don't,
I
so.
have no food. Exactly. I have no food at my house. And I was like, I guess we're going to have to go out to eat. And
You took
Bam.
this woman out to eat?
bam. Yeah. Yeah. So I took her out to eat. Yeah.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah. And so I took
Now
her
I'm
out.
appalled the second time.
So I took her out.
He's literally
Where'd you
whining
go?
and dining. This
What's the
far at this
restaurant?
point.
We went to, what's that one that we went to?
McDonald's?
Yeah. But we went to Fireside.
Fireside.
You took her to a bar.
The fireside chat.
Yeah. So
Did she meet anyone at the bar?
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Why not?
I met someone.
That's what I would do. You got to like set up a date, where she maybe would meet somebody else.
Yeah.
So this is
I did that with Jules actually
Into the
on our
mic.
first date.
Into the mic.
And I had her meet me.
no. This is gonna get worse. So
Clutch,
I see
right?
what you did there.
Yeah, man. It was
How
good.
much worse?
so, oh boy. So
Did you really do that?
No.
Okay.
That'd have been cool, though.
That would have been a.
so
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
That's like a
stalked
rom-com.
Jules?
No. See, this is how rumors get started.
Dude,
No,
that
I
is
know.
that is
You
like a
didn't-
rom-com story right
You
there.
said the record
It
straight.
is,
You
isn't
did
it?
not stalk
Yeah.
Jules.
That's a good topic.
That's true.
Rom-coms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is what you just described is not. I mean, it's like I think it's more of a horror movie than a rom-com.
be
Depending
both.
on like if there's some happy ending that we don't know about. Other than that, I feel like that's kind of a horror story.
there's more.
I don't know that we need to listen to more.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Next time he's on. He can continue it.
Next time you're on, which will be
on the next episode of the podcast,
2025.
part 2 of the Stalker for Alex.
Actually, we could do that.
Tune in next time.
Yeah.
We could.
Yeah, we could.
No,
Yeah.
we'll
We
just
should.
Yeah.
we'll just tell them to go to your stream, and then you can.
There you go.
I don't stream.
He doesn't
Yeah,
stream.
He doesn't stream.
I do not
Yeah.
stream.
Oh yeah, he definitely
He
does.
definitely doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
should
anyway,
we, maybe we should just take a break here for a little bit.
Yeah, let's cut that whole part out and save it for later. I think.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Because
Take a break? What do you mean take a break?
I do have to go to the
I
bathroom.
think we should probably take a break.
Okay.
Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Okay.
I break.
Yeah.
We are recording.
We're back.
And we're back.
Yeah, so we heard some pretty weird stories about a stalker, about a guy in a latex suit looking for somebody to suck the air out of it.
I still can't believe he said that.
Oh man.
Wow.
But he said, "Don't worry, I have like a breathing hole."
Don't worry. I have a
Good. I
breathing
was.
hole. That's what we were worried
Yeah.
about.
Woo.
Yeah.
So, but you continue.
Yeah,
we interrupted.
I mean, those are pretty, those are pretty grotesque, kind of scary stories that, they're kind of horror stories. But what I'm interested in, as an emotional guy over here with my glasses on and my love for jazz music is are stories of love and romance that kind of, they tickle your heart in a way, so to speak.
Give you butterflies.
The You've Got Mail of
The You've Got Mail
of the movie
cinema
movement.
zeitgeist, if
Yeah,
you will.
the zeitgeist, yeah.
I will.
I love
Yeah,
being tickled.
thank you. And here's the weird thing. We call these movies rom-coms, mostly 16-year-old girls to, I don't know.
I don't think there's an age limit.
There's not
for
an
that,
age, but these are generally considered ladies' movies.
Generally,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like 12
And-
going on 30.
I don't know if this is gender appropriation or whatever that. I don't know what that
13?
word means,
13?
but
It sounded good. In the
like
sentence,
yeah, it
but-
sounded really good. Kind
Yeah.
of the yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a guy, and
Yeah.
I
Are you?
want to watch a rom-com.
Yeah.
And
That's totally fine.
do you feel that way too
Yeah.
sometimes?
Yes.
Dude,
And
Absolutely.
it's
I
not
do.
like you're putting ads on Craigslist asking for people to come watch that rom-com with
Yeah.
you.
And suck the air out of it while you're up.
the year of your latex suit. while you're-
no, actually, that's an attractive suit for girls. People like a rom-com, and if another guy likes a rom-com, a girl is super attracted by that. I was one of them.
Well,
So
okay.
'cause I found-
You were the
found-
girl who was attracted.
Yeah, I was. I found the guy of my dreams, and I realized
latex
that
suit.
that
So
was.
there's one thing to say
and I
on
realized that he was
Craigslist.
one for me. No, but so I found my girlfriend online, and we ended up talking, and it was like one of the very first things I liked rom-coms. And,
What movie?
All of them.
Okay, so
So-
Attack of the Clones is not a rom-com.
Not a rom-com.
It's very
It's so
emotional.
romantic.
It is very emotional.
He starts talking about that sand.
Sand.
Gives me all hot and bothered.
Yeah,
Sand. It gets
No,
all
like
over.
it's intoxicating.
how to lose a guy in 10 days.
That's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
Sweet Home Alabama,
Sweet Home. Oh, Josh.
all of
what's his
the,
face?
and then
all of the McConaughey films, basically.
and then,
Yeah.
yeah, well, and then the
all right.
Dallas Buyers Club.
the notepad,
All right.
The Notebook.
the notebook.
Okay,
right.
okay. So, all
No,
right,
Notebook,
notebook. Right.
hang on
I
a
keep
sec,
saying
hang on.
notepad.
because you said so you watch these with your girlfriend.
I've watched them without my.
Do you watch them by yourself?
Okay,
No, I
that's,
watched
that
them by
was
myself.
that was going to be my question: is have you watched them by yourself?
Yes,
Okay. Now,
Guilty as charged.
in order to
that is me.
In order to like be able to converse with girls, or just because you wanted to.
because I love the movies. Steve.
Okay.
You have a problem with that?
No, I don't.
I actually understand that. The Notebook. I bawl like a baby when I watch that movie.
yeah.
I love crying.
It's super
Yeah.
sad.
I love crying.
don't
I
know about that, but I
don't-
you know,
Want to watch it by myself. There are other rom-coms that I will watch by myself.
Steve, let me ask you a question.
The
So
Notebook is not
Rich,
one of them.
no. So Rich is
That's
married.
fair.
I'm in a relationship, and we both have watched.
Are you going to ask me the same question I just asked you?
No,
Are you
we
going to tell a story about a stalker?
we have both watched the
you're
Notebook.
15.
No,
gosh.
we have both watched the Notebook,
Yes.
right? And
Uh-huh.
by ourselves,
I have
and
not.
you're
Are you saying-
you're still single.
I have not.
Oh, you're
what does
saying
that
there's
mean?
a pattern there.
There's a pattern. I think there's.
I have not watched The Notebook by myself.
No, I think
Are you
do.
saying that the
I
Notebook
think
has
you do.
magical powers to make sure people
I think
get matched with someone else?
I think rom-coms have magical powers if you're interested in it, and it's a very good conversation to have with a fellow human being that is a female.
Hey, we just skirted over something real quick there, though. You said they have magical powers.
They do. They do.
So I want to address that.
Yeah, let's address that.
Because that
please.
was skirted over.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
And
a little
I
bit.
think it's important, you know,
Yeah.
because there's you have a real issue with your being in touch with reality there, I think.
No,
And so explain to me how they're
magic powers.
magical.
Okay.
Well, a lot of people,
So-
the common criticism of rom-coms is that they're not in touch with reality.
By the way,
That's
how are
very
you?
true.
Tom?
That is true.
I am
That is
doing
very
really well. My laundry is piling up.
You didn't do any today.
Higher than my ego, yeah. And I didn't do any today.
How does that make you feel?
You know.
Wait,
kinda.
why did we go away from rom-coms?
I'm sorry. I just
Yeah.
I,
We're just interested.
Are you having some ADHD
Tommy and I
tonight?
like to talk
Yeah.
about how our days were.
This is-
that a big problem?
D-Pal and T-Pal?
I mean,
Yeah.
in the middle of the podcast, it's a little bit of a problem.
This is
Whatever.
This is ADHD at its funniest right now.
me,
It's true.
Me pee-pee inside.
It's
Me pee-pee.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it, dude. Listen
Come
to
on.
Alex. He was talking
Yeah,
about
Alex was
rom-coms.
having
I know.
a good time.
We're talking about the magical
Okay.
properties of rom-coms.
That's right.
So
That's
there's
where we
this-
were.
This was your question.
That's right. Yeah.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
your
yeah,
question.
Okay, so there's this like kind of
Magical power about rom-coms. And it's a good kickoff starter on your first date. And honestly, it is.
First date, you have her over your house and you
To watch a
rom-com.
movie?
That's bold.
No.
I like it.
Okay, so my no.
Do you
so,
randomly
no,
show
no,
up at her house?
No, when you have your first date,
Do you
go,
maybe
you go
laugh?
out
Without asking her where she
go
lives?
out with the girl at a restaurant, and you guys need a conversation starter. So I'm like, and then you start out like, hey, she's like, do you like rom-coms? I'm like, yeah, I like.
I have feelings too. Thanks.
Yeah,
Very much.
and
Amazing.
gosh, and they
I have a heart of
and
stone.
they flourish off the knowledge that you have watched these movies.
You have a soft heart. That's what it
and
means.
you have exactly. You have a soft heart.
If you're
And-
gentle
and-
enough
and-
to watch
and-
that movie,
and-
maybe
and
you'll have a
since-
soft heart towards
and
them. Maybe
since
you're like
Steve,
this caring.
And since Steve does not watch these movies, he doesn't have a
He
soft
does,
heart.
though.
Wow.
I can actually
And
attest to
that's
that.
why-
He just
and-
told
and-
me
and
he
that's-
just blanketed
and that's
all
wh-
rom-coms
and-
on me because I'm single.
Yeah.
And that's
Is that
why.
why?
And that's why Steve's
Wow.
still single. So
Wow.
maybe you should start out
You heard it here
watching
first,
some
ladies.
rom-coms
Steve's single.
by yourself, and you will get a girlfriend.
That's what it is.
It is.
that's
that's
a-
You know, Alex,
exactly,
proof formula.
Alex, you're
exactly how it is, Steve.
coming from someone who's been stalked. I don't know that I could take much better advice than
I've
the
had a girl-
one.
I've
the-
had a-
the-
Yeah,
the
because you
advice
wine and
just gave
dine,
me.
you're stalkers, bro.
I've had a but I've had a girlfriend for 2 years. I think
That's wonderful. I'm glad.
Does,
I'm happy.
does she
It's-
know
it's
that
all-
she's
it's-
your girlfriend?
And that's always the question for guys.
gonna be
I
a
feel like
surprise.
that, really, yeah.
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 do we really know if we're in a relationship though or married?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
So,
For those on the audio medium, he
yeah.
just looked at his
I really
wedding
liked,
ring.
Yes.
I really liked Rich's idea of kind of, asking somebody on a date to set somebody else up, but you show up to the date. I feel like that's bold.
That's like
Yeah.
an always
That's-
sunny thing.
That
right
is
there.
like I feel like OG bold.
yeah.
that's
like,
the end of a
strong
rom-com right
power
there.
move.
That is a
but it's
rom-com,
also this
yeah.
like sweet and
like
surprising.
Hitch.
It's a rom-com.
Perfect
thing.
balance of the
Isn't
two,
that
right?
Hitch?
Yeah.
Isn't that literally Hitch?
I don't think so.
No. It's been a long time
That's a
since
good
I've seen
movie,
Hitch.
though.
it is a good. It is
Is
a
it
good
Signs?
rom-com.
Will Smith, man.
Starring Mel Gibson.
Me-
Signs.
Remember that time we...
I,
That's
Robot
Is that a
is-
rom-com?
That's a great movie. I love Signs.
I Robot for Will Smith, the best movie he did.
Wow, we're going a little bit
Anyway,
sideways here.
So so anyway, so Steve,
movie,
so at the end of the topic is probably you should watch these rom
Yeah,
coms,
the
and then
zero
you'll be able to.
rom-coms, the 0.5 rom-coms that I've watched in my life. No, listen, I watched My Fair Lady's on Netflix now.
Great movie.
Really,
That is a
Huh.
great movie.
Never seen it.
Never
It
seen
did not end the way I remember it.
Oh, yeah, it's not a great ending.
No, so I had to look it up, because there are people that know more about the theater than I do. I know, surprise, surprise.
That's crazy.
I like me some Pride and some Prejudice.
Why did you have to look?
It's good.
6-hour
Why
version.
did you have to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, because
Look it up.
the end of the
Colin
movie,
Firth.
she
Great
just
movie.
kind of, they have this conversation where she's like, she storms out on Henry Higgins, and
Spoiler
she's
alert
like,
if anybody hasn't
yeah.
seen Life for Me.
I
came out in
like
the
I don't
60s,
I don't
yeah.
need you anymore, right? And what the guy was breaking down was it was more of this like I don't need you as a teacher anymore.
Yes.
And then when she came back at the end,
Needs him now.
yeah, when she came
Right?
back at the end,
She's
he's
like,
listening to her on the record player,
Yeah.
and that was her sign of seeing that he
role's
wanted
changing now.
he wanted her. He still wanted her
He wanted her.
in his life. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, both are true, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that's
He
just-
wanted her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craigslist.
He wanted her to fetch the slippers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyways,
So, when you guys aren't watching rom-coms, you guys been in any shows recently?
Oh yeah, man.
What?
Dude, Star Trek.
I mean, you do like Star Trek more than Star Wars, don't
Because
you?
it's better than Star Wars. And you know why that is?
You know-
and you know why that is?
Hang on.
Because the majority of our movies are awesome, and the majority of Star Wars movies
Hang on.
freaking suck, man.
Wait, so listen, this
true.
is one thing we didn't talk about beforehand, is that Alex and I have worked our way through Star Trek Voyager.
Great show.
Literally just recently.
Great
Yeah.
show.
It was so much fun.
I know it's an awesome show.
I didn't
True.
remember a single lick of it, when I was
And it's
watching
good.
the reruns, 11:30.
I've never
at
watched
night.
Star Trek until Voyager.
Yeah.
Great show. It was a great spin-off show for
It
the
was,
next generation.
You know,
Great stuff.
it was the characters and it was the actors.
The acting's great.
I loved
It
all
was
of
Great
the
that.
romance.
Great.
Are you sure it wasn't the
Exactly.
romance?
Seven,
No, not really.
7 of 9 was so sexy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
man. I had a
but
huge.
I
crush
know.
on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then they
The Borg,
they
woo!
fix her up with Chakotay at the end.
Yeah.
In
that
the
was-
last half of the season of the
Yes.
last season, it is the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that wasn't
happens
good.
The whole
watched
series long.
That wasn't
What?
good.
I was like, Rich never watched it.
I watched Voyager.
Oh, you have watched?
I've
You
watched
all-
Voyager.
Oh,
I
really?
No doubt. He's a
I-
he's a
Oh, really?
he's
A
he's a Trek fan.
long time ago, but yes, well, I was a kid when I watched it. But
I was
yes.
gonna say I
Yeah.
was watching reruns in high school.
Yeah, that was a
you're-
long time ago.
But you're just gonna let him fart on Star Wars and
Okay,
kinda
so back to
let
Star
the dust
Wars.
settle there.
Okay, so here we go, guys.
Okay, so is Star Wars really better than Star Trek, Mr. Steve?
Well, no, that's not necessarily the. Yeah, you have some good movies. We have some good movies,
Who's we?
right?
Dude, I will say every other Star Trek movie is great, which I think more of them are, but I'll say every other one is great, right? Star Wars has debatably 3 good movies, man.
I would say 4.
Name the 4, please, out loud with words.
Rogue One and
Yes.
the original 3.
Yes,
Amen.
but
The
you know,
OG?
Empire Strikes Back,
Yeah.
or Return of the Jedi is like kind of, it's definitely the weakest of
I loved Return of the Jedi was my first full Star Wars film because my friends
Yeah.
were idiots.
when you were a kid. And then you grew up and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no,
I'm sorry,
then
Tim
you
and
grew up
John.
and then you-
but
then you realized
we
it
were all
sucked.
idiots because we were 10 years old and we had to skip the Return of the Jedi.
I do love the first one more than most people do.
The first,
The Star
like,
Wars.
like A New Hope?
No,
Or
Star Wars
Episode
1.
1, The Phantom Menace?
Episode 1, yeah. Because
Sorry to hear that, man.
I think that one.
Did you like Jar Jar?
That was a good Jar Jar. Thanks.
Yo,
No,
Tommy is
Oh,
the
master
is the
built the
is,
force.
They had
yeah.
the best lightsaber
Fire and
battles
ready.
in that
Yo,
movie.
Don't
the
spit
end
the wrong
lightsaber
welcome.
battles in episode 1.
Oh, they're
were
great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I
That's
think-
why I watched the whole movie to watch the Darth Maul fight.
And
yeah,
the,
yeah,
and
that's the one. Yeah.
To the cross up?
That's so good.
it is really good. John Williams
Looks like
score at the end.
Quadraro's having engine trouble.
Yo,
What'd you
but
say?
Duel of the Fates.
Oh, yeah.
That was incredible.
My school band played
still
that.
used
I
in,
was in
all
that band.
kinds of other
yeah.
media
It
that
is.
Star Wars puts out.
Sure.
Yeah, and it comes from a movie that's probably like in the middle of all the movies.
Yeah.
like
I will say, though,
good wise.
What will you say?
I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Please say
it.
something.
Say it, please, Rich.
That-
Say it.
That the new Star Wars movies suck
Yes. Amen.
True.
because they don't They're not for
I will
real
agree.
Star Wars fans,
Yeah.
but The
Sure.
Mandalorian is the greatest Star Wars
Mando-
thing I have ever seen in my
Yeah.
Mando
life.
is
Preach
really,
it.
really good.
So good.
Absolutely, amen.
So one thing, you guys have all seen the end of Mando.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they did some kind of weird additive CGI
For Luke.
This other company that's out in San Francisco tried to do it where they did AI on top of it, using Luke's face from Return of the Jedi, putting it on top of someone else, another different actor, and actually looks really good.
Like instead of that,
I heard some of the deep
Instead
fakes
of
on
that.
YouTube are better than the
Interesting.
actual.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So I don't know. That's one thing I'm kind of hoping Disney is like, let's invest a little bit more in the technology part.
Yeah.
Let's get people
Yeah.
in the door who know how to do CGI designing. That's in the 21st and a half century. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So
But actually, to the end part is the whole entire episode and season was phenomenal. But the last part just gave me chills.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't even expect Luke would ever be part of this episode or the whole entire season. But
Once you see the X-Wing,
as soon as
man.
yeah,
Once you see the X-Wing,
as soon
I was
as
like, oh,
that was
as
it.
soon as
Yeah.
I
I
saw
was
the
like, that's it.
X-Wing,
He's in it.
yeah, as soon as I saw the X-Wing, I'm like, this cannot be
Oh,
Luke.
yeah.
And then this is how Jedi should be. He just lit everyone
yeah.
up
Yeah.
all the way up to that part. And
Luke's a boss, man.
yeah,
and that's how they should be, and I don't think they really represented that at any of the Star Wars movies at all.
yeah. Any of the other
They
three.
didn't
Well,
make-
that's true.
I will say,
That's
I think, is it Force Awakens is the first
Yeah.
sequel?
Yeah.
It wasn't a great movie, no, but I didn't think it was a horrible movie, and I thought that there was at least like, could you go somewhere from there? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you were
There were
correct.
Did you go anywhere from there?
No.
You know when that movie was
Yeah.
movie was great until I remember getting so excited when you see Kylo Ren come out. I'm like, oh, this
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
awesome. They had the whole sequence before that with the stormtroopers and the lander, and you see their off their
Oh, that's
helmets.
right. You've
I'm like,
told me
oh,
this,
this is
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
And then Poe shoots the blaster at him and he stops it in midair.
Yes.
I'm like, yo, this is gonna be awesome.
Yep.
And then they bring Poe Dameron over to him, and they're like, this is gonna be great. And then Poe Dameron freaking says, "Who's gonna talk first, me or you?" That was like, this movie sucks.
Yeah.
That scene was so good, and then he had to open his stupid mouth and say that dumb line, and now the whole thing
Yep.
is ruined. Like the whole
It
scene
really
is just
set the
ruined.
wrong tone. It
Yeah.
set the wrong tone from the beginning.
It's so annoying.
I mean,
man.
especially when there were definitely parts that were later that were funnier than that.
yeah,
Right.
Where it was like you didn't need you could set the comedic tone later, especially
Yes.
when you have a very serious.
worst-
And I think it's the
Scene
same
like
as it's
that.
what we were talking about last week about Marvel stuff. How like Marvel has this whole self-aware humor thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like Star Wars has humor, but it's not the same as Marvel.
It's
like
very
Star Wars doesn't
awkward.
make fun of the universe in the
Yeah.
movie. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
That's
it
true.
needs to be believable, or else the whole thing's stupid.
Exactly.
Yep.
The
very-
space opera is about it being about the world. It's
Right.
not. It's dramatization of the world. It's
Right.
not about the world like baked in like we talked about.
The
last
worst-
Based in reality, it's
Yeah.
not supposed to be like
Yeah.
reality.
The worst one was when Luke drank the milk of that animal, whatever it
favorite
was.
scene I talked about.
That
That's
is
like something
funny.
you'd
You
see.
said that last
is,
week.
That
to
is
Tander
the
afterwards.
worst humor I've ever seen.
That's
in my
something
whole
like
entire
you'd see
life.
on Craigslist, like on one of those pages. Like,
I'm looking for somebody to pull
some
across
milk
the
out of
island
a
and
tit.
drink milk out of a green alien's tit.
That's what I want.
If you can fulfill my wildest dreams,
Will
then
pay.
you're the right one for me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
But the Mandalorian, dude, it's just something I love about it is that like the movies had so much source material from the books, right? Like they had the whole Thrawn thing they could have gone into, and I thought they would go into, and they didn't. And then the Mandalorian just my favorite part of the Mandalorian. The last episode's great. My favorite part though was when what's the girl Jedi with the
Oh, with the white lightsaber.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Rachel.
Yeah.
When Rachel
Gretchen.
Smith.
Yes.
When she says where is he, and then she's like, where is Grand Admiral Thrawn? I was like,
Yeah.
oh
I mean,
yes,
The,
Yes.
world,
It's great.
the world building.
Oh, it's great.
They're using the platform that they've established in season 1 to start world building in this season.
Yep.
and it's phenomenal.
Yep.
Like it is exactly what you like.
Sure.
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni's a nerd, and we need a nerd running the
absolutely knows
ship.
what
And
he's
Jon
doing
Favreau,
here.
like
Right.
he's
Jon
a fan.
Favreau,
He's a
yeah.
fan, you know, and that's what you
Well,
need. Man.
there's collaboration, and I think they understand the world that is enamoring fans or was enamoring fans in the old trilogy, and they're trying to replicate that now.
and they're doing a good job with the Mandalorian.
They're doing a really good job.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
How
Absolutely.
about that Ben Kenobi show is gonna
I'm so excited for
think
that.
No
man.
Jar Jar.
next year? I think they start shooting like this month.
Yeah. Actually, I think they already started shooting.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Hayden Christensen's coming back.
Yeah, he's
know.
coming back. for it.
Obi-Wan
He's gonna be.
Kenobi.
He was really.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Did you know when he was acting the all the episodes is that he refrained so hard from him not laughing. Like you can see covering his mouth. Like when Anakin killed all the younglings and he had to tell that to Leia, he was like Padme. He was like Anakin killed all the younglings, and then you know how he covered his mouth. He covered his mouth because he was
Talking about
laughing.
Ewan?
No, I was talking about Obi-Wan when he was
Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor. Yeah.
yeah, and he had to cover his mouth because he was laughing.
Yeah.
because
That's hilarious.
It was because I had to rewatch it again.
There are some deleted scenes of that, or takes of that, where
Yeah.
he breaks
He breaks
down.
out laughing.
You know what's really funny? Kind of on topic. He has a younger brother who is in the Royal Air Force, and
Yes.
his nickname is Obi-2.
Yes,
Is it?
that's his call sign.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, it's on the side of his plane.
His uncle is his uncle is the actor that played Wedge in A New Hope. Wedge Antilles. He's the one of the pilots. He has to drop out of the trench.
What?
Do you remember the trench scene?
Nerd. We don't remember that.
Gosh, are you
Steve
serious
sucks.
right now?
Imagine watching Star Wars and
Okay.
talking about it.
You just
Am I
gave him
right?
some of his own medicine there. You stared at him.
Wow.
You like that?
What a
Yeah.
what a
Yeah,
nerd.
you were looking to do that this entire
I was.
episode. I know you were.
Steve does this
You were
thing,
just-
ladies
oh
and
my
gentlemen.
gosh.
When somebody has an idea that doesn't meet his requirements for it being a good idea, he just goes like this. He goes like,
It's not a good idea at first because I haven't thought
Yeah.
about all of the ways
Yeah.
that it makes sense.
You know,
There are a lot of different angles for different things in life, and you have to make sure you observe all of them, right?
This podcast is sponsored by Sharper Image.
you guys,
Tier 1 imports.
you guys know when
Oh my
Steve's
gosh.
super upset when he's super quiet and you never heard a peep from him for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, wow, Steve's.
It's what happens in our Rocket League games.
It's true.
it is true. He does start to get this look on his face when he's pissed. He's playing it. He goes like, like he has a smile on his face. His face is trying to convince his body that
Like
he's
the
happy,
Joker, yeah.
but his eyes are not. Like he's just like,
It's usually
Oh, man.
it's usually what happens when I
Yeah.
This is where the
outscore
fun
Steve
begins.
all the time.
Okay. All right, let's not
But
get
anyway.
carried away.
So
Oh man, you guys, I like hanging out
I love
with you
you,
guys.
Steve.
this is great.
Yeah.
This
All right,
is
we
We got to thank our
we're-
listeners.
No, we didn't even.
no, don't do that. Let's
Don't
not
even thank
thank
our
our
listeners.
listeners.
screw
Let's
that.
not thank them.
No, we're gonna need to do a lot of thanking for them. But no, we have a segment of current events that we do every week.
We do.
We had Andrew bring us some really interesting current events 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or last week, technically.
Yeah.
These are very
Alex,
interesting.
do you have any current events that you would like to share with the group?
I do not. I think
The one piece of homework. The one piece of homework.
Well, I mean, the only piece of current events that I do love and enjoy is that how much the Penguins are winning. And so how come the
Are you
Flyers
talking
are
about the South?
No,
the
See,
Antarctic.
Steve is trying to change the subject
the
because of how
Antarctican
salty.
penguins?
Yeah, as they're
because
going
of
on their-
how
They're
salty
I think
the
you're
see
all
March on
winning.
Penguins?
Antarctican.
no, the
I think it's
Flyers.
Antarctican.
Yeah, well, no, because
Arctic
all of our
chicken.
listeners know who the Penguins are.
Yeah, how amazing they are. How they're third in the division.
I know they
Well,
have such great flippers. They're
How the Flyers doing in their division?
who are the Flyers?
They're sucking the biggest.
Do you
the-
realize
the
do you
biggest
realize
hole out of a
everyone
latex
outside of
suit on a
Pennsylvania?
man's body.
Do you
Yeah,
realize
exactly,
everyone outside
yes.
of Pennsylvania has no idea what you're talking about right now?
Everyone does. Everyone knows. Everyone looks into.
You wanna help
especially-
me?
Everyone the
You wanna give me
Flyers
some
know.
help?
I'm
is-
checked out from him, man.
Okay.
See,
You hear about that guy who was climbing? He got halfway
Wait.
up Trump Tower in New York, and he was climbing it with suction cups. He had two suction cups on his knees and two on his hands.
I heard, wasn't that like a few years ago?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But it's
amazing.
current events in my
I mean,
book.
it is it's current. I mean,
I just think that
Yeah.
guy's awesome, and he's onto something.
I do remember that.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh,
it's on to something.
that's amazing.
We should
Thinking
all
about
strive
that
to be
today.
suction cup guy.
Keep talking about your flightless bird team. Good.
But it's just really surprising of how.
Would you
how-
like
of
to
how
tell
much-
people
Steve? Am I talking or are
Would you
talking?
like to tell
Oh,
people
Steve's
what
talking, go
you're
ahead.
talking about?
So this is the part of the show where Andrew did this last week,
Yeah.
and he brought current events.
Actual current events.
Yeah, and then we
Yeah.
talked about it.
Yeah.
So
This-
Alex,
This
go
is
ahead.
thank you,
Yeah, no
Rich.
problem. Yep.
Thanks for giving me this platform to talk,
Yo,
speak
oh,
my
did
mind
you-
about
you just reset?
about the current.
You just reset on me? Are you freaking
This
kidding
is
me?
good.
No, no.
Yo,
So,
okay, you want to
isn't
tell
it- isn't
people
it surprising
what you're talking
of
about,
how
please?
The flower. We're talking about hockey, right? We're talking about hockey.
Hey,
I don't know. Are you?
Yeah.
So this is the part of the show.
finally, we found out what
and-
we're talking about.
and
This is the part of the
so-
show, right? Where Andrew last
comes
week,
on, sings a silly song.
This is a show.
and he brought current events with him,
Yeah.
and they're kind of obscure and really funny. Right? Remember that?
You're not resetting me twice.
So
I'm not cutting around
Alex,
this.
go ahead. We weren't supposed to be cut. I was just teasing. Yeah.
So
I really wasn't.
You guys remember?
Okay, we're talking
how-
about hockey.
You guys remember how
The Flyers play in
the
Philadelphia.
The Flyers were kind of
The
good
Penguins
last year,
play
and
in
how everyone was
Pittsburgh.
talking about how
a
good the
cross-state
Flyers
rivalry.
were, and how good Hart was as a goalie last year. And he's like, "Oh, he's the best rookie goalie I've ever seen in a whole entire life." And then this
You're
year,
really sassy there.
and then
Yeah.
he sucks so much, and the Flyers suck the biggest I've ever seen. Whatever Tommy said.
Keep clean. We have zero.
suit here.
Latex
We have
suit.
zero-
latex suit.
We have zero F's to give, literally.
The biggest
was a good one.
latex
I like that. That
suit
was
I've
good.
ever seen. And no one. I'll listen to the Phillies sports radio show, and they don't even want to talk about the Flyers at all.
To be honest, to be fair, WIP does not talk about the Flyers even though they're doing good because they don't care about hockey.
Yeah, nobody cares about hockey in
Well,
Philadelphia.
they were talking. That's the thing. You are correct. They ended up talking about it because how good they were last year, and they didn't even want to talk about it. But like, let's talk about the Flyers.
How
and
current was this?
This is of when. Of when the Flyers were
No,
good, because
when
that was a long time
when
ago.
you heard this on the sports radio.
Of when they were good last year, obviously, and then this year, I listen to
You've been
every single
listening to
day.
sports radio this year?
Yeah, I listen
Okay,
to
okay.
all the time. They don't even want to talk about it because how bad
Oh, so
of how bad they are.
The omission is now
Bad,
speaking
Steve.
to how bad they are. The
Yeah.
omission of not talking about
How bad? Same thing with how Steve doesn't
Yeah.
talk about the Flyers anymore. I bet you.
Do you think
last
girls
year,
like guys who listen to sports radio?
I think they do.
By themselves?
Yo, put that in your internet dating profile, please.
It's very,
Not you.
Me?
You already have a girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm
obviously.
already taking Steve.
Yeah, you don't
I
have a
was,
profile.
I was telling
do you?
Tommy.
I bet you.
Obviously.
I bet you if you put in that you've watched the Notepad and how much you love it.
Notebook.
You.
Oh, what's that movie? Three Ring Binder? Oh, wait, no, that's not it.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. The notepad. The notepad. Oh my.
That's
That's
an
my
interesting
favorite
thing, though.
movie.
Like I've
Not
listened
bad.
to some sports radio. I mean, I don't really care about hockey, but
Of course you won't, because they're horrible, am I right?
well, that's up for debate.
Sure.
I don't really care about your Sidney's Crosby. So, I never heard a woman call into sports radio to comment on anything before.
I have actually.
Really?
But I listen to it a lot though.
What was that experience like for you?
I've listened to. I've heard it like at least two. There's two girls that had called into the radio station.
Hold on a second. Tommy asked me a question. I'm sorry, Tommy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It was.
I'm sorry,
Your
too,
child.
guys.
Can you imagine getting interrupted
Steve, apologize.
in a story
Am I
that you're
apologizing
telling?
too?
Just say sorry.
Yeah, everybody
No,
apologize.
I'm not apologizing.
If you're
Alex.
listening to
It's
this
not happening.
podcast, say sorry.
I'm saying sorry.
Sorry.
I'm
One,
sorry.
two, three, sorry.
Sorry. I'm saying sorry to
Just
the
say you're
listeners for having to listen to this. No, wait. What you're saying? You have heard women call into
I have.
sports radio?
Yes.
I have.
Okay.
And I asked them
I
what
have
that
not.
experience was
Yeah,
like.
have.
I have not.
It makes me feel good. It makes me realize like, hey, I'm not alone.
What does that mean? Explain
You
yourself.
mean Jules isn't alone?
As
You're
a,
not alone.
as a male type humanoid, I
Okay.
don't feel
This perspective.
alone in my gender loving sports. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
women love sports too.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I see. Yes.
There you
So-
go.
Yeah,
so
we're
are-
not.
are
We're
you-
not like.
Are you?
Because there's stereotypes,
Yeah,
right?
we're not-
Of
There
women
are.
not liking sports. And it's like, well, my wife played rugby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
That's cool.
Another
You
rugby
can't. You
plug for my
can't.
wife again.
Yeah. There you go.
Like,
Yeah.
You can't pigeonhole me, my gender, into
So,
saying
I'm not
we're
your-
just
I'm not
the
your
sports
pigeon.
gender.
Are you
Yeah.
saying
Yeah. Got
so? So you're saying that you want more girls to be more into the sports, and so you have more in common
No.
with.
I don't-
with
I
the
don't think
ladies?
you're making a desire for all females at large. I
Oh,
think you're
females at
making-
large?
I think all
yeah,
humans.
all females need to love sports, and
Okay.
that's the
Is that
end
what
of my
you're
story.
saying? Oh,
Isn't
that
it
makes
all
sense.
humans?
That's where I was coming from.
all humans.
Yeah.
Don't get all progressive on me, sir.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Anyways.
well, that's some good current events, Alex.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks.
What's-
Thanks
that's
so
what's
much.
currently eventing in this
thanks
planet.
so much
Yeah.
about telling us.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to bring
The
you guys
sports
up,
radio
I
in
just wanted you
Philadelphia
guys
is like-
no. I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed since no one talks
Yes.
about it,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that's the reason
you
no
give
one
us
talks
literally
about
no
it.
background when talking about the names of the teams, but
Yeah,
I just assume when I say Flyers, everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Well,
though.
you probably shouldn't because you make an ass out of you and me.
and it's
You
about
guys
that
like this song?
I love this song.
Hang on, we don't have the rights to
Yeah,
that.
I was like,
we don't have the rights.
You can listen to it a certain amount.
You guys should have seen Tommy's face when
No,
I
you
said
can
that.
you can actually play a short amount before.
I know.
Yeah,
Do you think that was
Well,
too long?
they-
it's like 10,
No,
15
no, it
seconds.
wasn't.
They say
Let's all-
they
that was
say
hilarious.
Talk for a little bit about
Because
if
all
that
of a
was too
sudden
long.
your face changed and you're like, oh shoot, oh I got to take it down.
I'm a rule follower. What can I say?
Well, friends,
That was awesome.
They say it's 10 seconds, but people have gotten banned for less than that. But,
well,
Banned
friends,
on your Twitch stream?
yeah.
Okay.
well, friends, I think that
that
it's
Jar
about
Jar?
that time.
Yeah, we need to wrap this
Yeah,
up.
we need to get the
And-
heck out of here.
Yeah, we do.
But I loved having the podcast time with the pals.
Yeah.
You know? And Alex, it was great having you on the show. Dude.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Al.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me.
Alex.
May
Dirty
never
Al.
happen again. And I
It may
think
never happen again.
Dirty Al.
no, I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't say that? Oh, okay.
No. But Alex, thank you so much for being on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having
we
me.
look forward to next time when you can continue the story of how you were stalked.
Part 2.
Because our listeners, I can hear them.
Yes.
they
They
are
want-
they are
Wow.
Absolutely.
just want
to know.
it.
They're
So
ready to
bad.
vomit
Yeah.
because they're just sitting on the edge
I-
of
it
their
is.
seat.
Need to know.
And if you guys want to hear the rest of the story, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I don't know if that's
That sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like and
not bad.
subscribe.
That was
Like
pretty
and-
good, dude.
like
but
and
yes,
subscribe.
in all seriousness, please
Send us checks.
subscribe, share, send us your
checks.
money.
Made out to
Please.
cash.
Please, please do it.
USA.com.
because but yes, please like, share, subscribe, and also please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and and on YouTube as well. We would really appreciate it. Not that you can review us on YouTube, but like us, and we will keep this thing going. And we just love doing it, guys. I love
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love it. You know?
And let's go and vote and see who's the best guest. Make sure you guys vote.
that
for...
will actually be a thing.
Yeah,
It
we're
is.
gonna have to
So-
put a poll up here.
So make
soon.
sure
Yeah.
make sure
Well,
you
we
guys
should get
go
like
ahead
4
and
people
Yeah, we'll need to do
yeah,
a
but make
rolling-
sure you guys vote
a
for
rolling poll.
Alex. Make sure you
a
guys
rolling
vote for
poll.
Alex
6-foot
Gideon.
poll.
Make sure you guys don't forget the name Alex Gideon, the best.
No one
guest
will forget
out
that
there.
And
name
if you're
ever.
fans of this
I'm
show,
pretty sure.
don't vote for Alex.
Yes.
Meaning,
If you see Alex on the street, do not faint. He is an approachable guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Extremely, actually,
Yes.
too
Yeah.
approachable because you
Too
can stalk him
approachable.
and he will wine and dine you.
I will you actually want to approach this guy.
if you stalk me, I will take you out to dinner. I will.
That's all I got.
All right. Good
All right.
night.
Good night, folks.
All right.
Thanks so much for listening to the How's This Good for Anybody podcast. We certainly hope it brought you laughter, joy, and sadness.
And thank you to our guest, Alex Gideon.
Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us on all of our social media platforms. If you're not sure if we're on it, just search us. That's HTG4A or at How's This Good for Anybody podcast. See you next week.